Hello, my name is Luis Torres. Welcome to Youth on Safety, Health, and Wellness. In our safety segment, we'll talk to you about FEMA's list of items you should have in case of a disaster. I hope you enjoy.
In the beginning of the academy, we learn all about firefighting. One part of that is learning about fire engines. We will explore fire engines, what firefighters wear, and our cadets will get to experience how it is to use a fire hose. Let's get to it.
A lot of times in the station, the truth is you're going to go down to your drawers, whatever you're wearing, and put them on, because these will start stinking their wool and they suck underneath your
That's
turn.
considered Class B. Class A is your formal dress uniform, probably with a tie. If you're going to, unfortunately, a funeral or some type of service, promotional, you'd wear Class A.
All right, so obviously when I'm getting in my gear, say we get a fire call, I'm gonna try and get in my gear as fast as I can. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you almost real-time speed, because I'm gonna kind of talk through while I'm doing it. So if we get the call, I got my gear, usually it's hanging in the engine. I'm pulling it out, so I'm gonna take my boots off because I can't wear these on top of everything else. Once I do that, I'm gonna take my hat off too. I'll put my hood on, so my flash hood, if you guys are aware, we need this for our fires. Stepping in my boots, pulling them up, buckle in, grab my jacket. I have a specific way that I do this every time, so that way I don't have to think about it while I'm talking to you right now. I can multitask, because this is something I've done a million times where it's not an issue, right? So then, put my hood down, and if I need my SCBA, I'd go to my SCBA next. Buckles, making sure all my straps are secure, because this is going to be the most functional thing for me. I need to make sure I know where it is on my body, where everything's at. Helmet would be last, and I'm ready to go. And gloves, I can put my gloves on next as well. But this is the ensemble. This is what you're going to wear inside of a structure, fighting a car fire, anything that is going to be hazard related. I want to be in my full turnout, so I'm fully protected. Does everybody get that?
And this will be something that you practice over and over again, and he does. The way he picks the BA up, where he put his hood at, all that stuff matters. So every single one of us on the rig has a particular way that we have our stuff set up.
So obviously this is the seat I would be riding in.
Start up here.
Yeah, I'll go. This is where I'd be coming out at. The captain is going to be seated here. In some of our engines, we're getting more technologically advanced. We have similar to like an MDT, so it gives us a mapping system, and it tells us where our call is at. Those kind of things makes our job a little easier. So up front, the captain's able to control the siren as we're going to calls. He's able to control the horn as well. So again, we're moving systematic and move across. So these are what we call our cross lays. These are 1.75 inches. So that's the diameter of the hose, how wide it is across. These are our attack lines, just like Chief mentioned. So we have them color coordinated, partially so that we know which line is going. We can say we took a blue line in, or we took a green line in. It's a lot easier than saying which one when they're all stacked on top of each other. We also put two different types of nozzles. We have one called a smoothbore and one called a combination nozzle. We have two discharges here and an intake. Discharge means that it's going out, so we can shoot water through this, propel it out with our pump. This is where we take water in. So if we connect to a hydrant with a supply line, we can make that connection here and bring water into the pump. Does that make sense to everybody? So this one goes in and these two go out. These are both labeled as such, okay? All of our compartments, this is something that's everyone's job on the engine, but it's especially keen for the firefighter and the engineer. We need to know where everything is. If my captain asks me, hey, I need you to go get the rope bag, do you know where that is? I'm gonna say, obviously I know where that is, I got that, Captain. I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna grab my rope bag and I'm gonna grab my hardware bag. Breaking it down like that, I know where my equipment is. So we have these side shuttles. These store our fire extinguishers. So we have a water can extinguisher. And then we usually have a different extinguisher. It doesn't fit in here, it's in the back. I'll show you guys in a second. But then we keep our spare SCBA cylinder. So if we're low on air, because we've just been working really hard, we need another one. It's being communicated through my captain. My captain says, hey, we need to go as a crew. We never leave any situation solo. We need to go get more air. So we're gonna come back out, switch these bottles, then we can go back to work. For the job, and it's something that I have to check out as a firefighter paramedic, I need to make sure that I know what the level of my oxygen is inside of my oxygen bag. So that's what this one is. I need to make sure I have an understanding of what equipment do I have. Do I have anything missing? we have a certain standard or a par that we need to make sure we have in all of our bags, so that way we're available to run any type of call.
Okay, you got it. One foot in front of the other, maybe. Keep it back from. There you go. There you go.
How do you see it?
Fire engines are amazing to see. They help firefighters save lives in so many different ways. Thank you again to Captain Welsh and Engine 22. We'll see you again next month with more Academy content.
Hello, I'm Kaylee. For today's search segment, we will be meeting with Captain Tim Booth. We will be going over a few items everyone should have in their homes. All these supplies have been provided by Victory Store in Vallejo. We are extremely grateful for their help. Play close attention, this might save your life. So sit back, take notes, and enjoy.
Hi, my name is Devin Solano, and this is
Tim Booth, Captain of the Vallejo Fire Department.
And today we're going to be discussing about the items that we have on the table today.
Well, we're talking about things to have in case of an emergency, correct?
Yeah.
The time to plan for an emergency is not after the emergency has happened, right? We got to plan for these things because the reality is if something happens, it's going to be 3, maybe 4 days before somebody is able to come and help you or your family. So we got to be prepared, right? So one of the things we have here is a hand crank radio. A hand crank radio is, well, what is that? What do you think a hand crank radio is?
We got to actually turn it instead of using batteries?
Yeah, there is no batteries in a hand crank radio. Hand crank radio really is about being able to communicate one way, getting information in case there is a disaster, fire, flood, earthquake, tornado. We had a tornado warning the other day in Northern California. So things can happen. It's not our normal California weather these days. So anything can happen these days. You got to be prepared. And this is a good way to have, be able to receive information that's broadcast over airwaves.
And also, I was like, seeing this chili bag.
A chili bag.
Yeah,
you don't usually get chili that comes in plastic, huh? But what this is called is a MRE, and an MRE is a meal ready to eat, meaning that it's good for sometimes 5, sometimes 10 years in the various forms of packing. So this one happens to be a 5-year pack of chili, and actually some of these MREs are actually pretty good. They're not cuisine, but they'll get you by. And they're all designed to be compact so that you can fit many of them for you yourself and or your family in packs such as these or backpacks or small bags.
Is it for school or like, what are we going to do?
Well, hopefully you have a bigger bag for your schoolwork than this, because this is a very small bag. But these bags can be found at many different department stores, on Amazon and many different places where it's already been thought out for you. A lot of the things have been thought out for you, and then specific to yourself and maybe your family and their medication needs, you can add those items in here at a later point. But basic emergency kits essentially have very small medical bags or first aid kits, some MREs, which are the meals ready to eat in case you need to. Obviously, you're going to need to eat. This specific case also has some gloves and some masks. You know, we are still within the pandemic. You have glow sticks and different things to be able to alert somebody that there's an emergency at your location. It also has the whistle that we talked about a little earlier, but it also has, you know, a small case. They're not this big, but this is a first aid kit. One of the things that, you know, people forget about a lot of times is, you know, when you go 3 or 4 days, you may be injured. Some of these kits have basic bandaging and gauze and band-aids and things to be able to handle small medical issues that you may run across, cuts and scrapes and such.
And for the tape, what would we use the tape for?
There's a lot of different. Tape is a very universal tool that we can utilize for many different things. One of the things we talked about was the plastic being able to be hung up on windows. In California, we've experienced, you know, a lot of wildland fire, and one of the things that people have done in the past is been able to shelter in place because of either smoke or, God forbid, some sort of a nuclear fallout. You know, we can tape the windows, tape air ducts, tape things that, you know, we can preclude some of the bad air from coming into our homes. so we can utilize this tape for those types of things. Also rope. Many of these things are just common stuff that you may think of that you may need. Rope, you might have to tie something up, you know, might have to, you know, be able to come up with a plan to be able to hold something or tie something away. So many different uses for simple items. You may not know what you need it for, but I would suggest putting it in a bag, and you probably have a need for it at some point.
So I'm seeing here on the table that we have little things that we take on the go sometimes, like toothpaste, change, and a bag, or like...
Yeah. Got all kinds of little things. And again, the best time to prepare is prior to the emergency, right? Because no one's gonna think about when their house is falling down to put toothpaste and deodorant into a bag and place it so you can use it at some point, right? So the time to prepare is previous. So why would you wanna have money like this? Well, in times of disaster, you know, you may be running out of the house with nothing more than you have just on your back, right? So you may need to have a little bit of money to be put away and to have in case you need it, in case you need to buy food or something like that, if stores are still open. Remember, you're not gonna have your cell phone. There's a good chance that you're not gonna have your cell phone, and Uber Eats is not gonna be driving to your house to be able to deliver you your food. So you need to be able to be self-sufficient, and that means without a cell phone. That means maybe without, yeah, I know.
I can't imagine that.
Without power, without water, without running sewage. So, you know, we're within 7 days of not having running water and or sewage that works, we could become a third world country very quickly. So that's why we need to have these things prepared.
But most importantly, we can't forget the essential items, including water, the solar powered energy bank, and N95 mask.
All right, I just want to say thank you for giving us this wonderful presentation, and I just want to know if you have anything else to say.
Good. Well, first off, you've done a really good job, and thank you for your work. I want to stress the importance of getting involved and making certain that communities are aware of their own personal and their families' needs during an emergency. There's many ways to be able to get involved. FEMA.gov has some general rules and responsibilities of individuals for emergencies and gives you some good insight as to the things that you could do to, like a checklist and things that you can do to prepare yourself and your family. Also, from a community standpoint, there's many things that you as a citizen can do to get involved with your own community and your neighbors through our CERT program, Community Emergency Response Team. There's CERT teams all over the county and the state and the country. Get involved today. The way folks can get involved is to contact your fire department and inquire about the CERT program, and we'll be putting together some classes here in the near future.
All right, and thank you.
Thank you.
That was super informative. I certainly learned something, and I hope you did too. Once again, we are super grateful for Victories for helping with the supplies and support. We are also thankful for the knowledge shared from Captain Tim Booth of the Vallejo Fire Department.
To watch our full segments, visit our YouTube channel at Firefighter Youth Academy by SFARY.
Hi, my name is Desiree Miranda, and I'm a health education specialist with Solano Emergency Medical Services, also known as Solano EMS. We are the leading agency responsible for ensuring that all components of emergency care is integrated into one system of response. We do this by working closely with law enforcement, firefighters, EMS providers, hospitals, state agencies, and other public health partners to plan, manage, and evaluate the system of care. On Wednesday, May 18th, we held an EMS for Children Day event at the Solano Town Center. This special event not only continues our celebration of National EMS Week, but it also brings awareness to emergency medical services and invites the community to engage with first responders and key partners and celebrate their dedication and sacrifice for the life-saving services they provide for our Solano youth and families. During the event, we had a health and safety resource fair which provided free childhood safety, injury and illness prevention, health promotion, and emergency preparedness and response resources. We also provided bystander CPR training, which was led by North Bay. We also had a touch-a truck, which California Highway Patrol, Medic Ambulance, Travis Air Force Base, EMS, Sassoon District, and Fairfield Fire Departments were in attendance. We also had a meet and greet with EMS and frontline heroes, music, Kona shaved ice truck, arts and crafts, and raffle prizes.
Hey guys, it's Christopher and we're at the Fairfield Mall at a local event sponsored by Solano Public Health for EMS Week. Let's go check some organizations out.
If we're responding to an event that has multiple patients, you know, like maybe a big car accident, there are 4, 5, 6 cars involved and you have multiple patients in each car, you're going to have multiple ambulances and fire departments and police going to the scene of that call. So if there are multiple, you know, if you transported 1 patient per ambulance, all your resources for us, for the county, would be used up for that one call. So who else is going to run calls in the county? Well, you can call other departments in other cities, but they might not have something that they could send to help out.
Thank you.
Yeah. So sadly to say, many people don't know, and even parents as adults, that between the ages of 15 to 19 years old, the thing that kills teens is crashes. And the number one thing is distracted driving. That's what a lot of people don't know. It's not gangs, it's not firearms, it's actually them crashing and dying. Why? Because they're new drivers. They're given this tool, right? This vehicle to be able to use. And that's why we at CHP, we actually go out to different schools, especially high schools, and we go give presentations.
During the event, we had over 130 people in attendance with 15 resource booths provided by our partners. We look forward to providing these free community events in the future. Follow us on social media at Solano EMS for future events and other updates. We look forward to seeing you all there.
Hello, first things first, I want to say a big thank you to Desiree and Solano EMS for letting us come to their event. And secondly, I just want to say it was such a cool experience. There was a bunch of valuable information. There was free snow cones for the sunny, hot day. The DJ was really good. There was raffle prizes, tickets, and it was just a really cool experience. I hope to see you there next time and have a good day.
In this health segment, we will be focusing on making sure our earth is clean. Recycling and upcycling have both been efforts for earth health in a long time. Recycling and upcycling are the way. We hope you enjoy.
Recycling has been around since 1989. Since then, energy conservation has improved, air and water pollution have minimized, and greenhouse gases have gone down. But you may be asking, what is recycling? To put it simply, recycling is the process of taking waste materials and turning them into newer and cleaner materials. Companies such as Recology take those waste materials and finish off the recycling process by putting them to different uses.
Similar to recycling is the practice of upcycling. Upcycling is the reuse of waste materials in such a way that creates a product of higher quality or value. For example, some people like using jam jars as flower vases or night lights, and water bottles can be reused as coin banks or to store small things such as paintbrushes and colored pencils. There are many ways to upcycle. Anything that you can imagine is possible with your imagination and upcycling. I will now be presenting to you a short and small tutorial on some fun ways people like to reuse.
Recycling not only helps Earth, but humans too. Upcycling is a creative way to reuse waste materials. Thank you to everyone that helped save our planet by minimizing waste. We'll see you next episode with more health topics.
One thing about Vallejo is that it always gets a bad rep. So it's exciting to see people put in efforts to show what Vallejo is truly about. I'm honored to introduce the one and only PodcastBri and her partner, SonoftheWaves, and their amazing show, Vallejo Foodie feature.
And coming in at number 5, we are here at Fry Amazing. This was season 1, episode 1. This is where it all kicked off. I'm putting Bri on. This is her first time.
My first time.
And you know, we just out here trying to show y'all some good places to shop, good places to eat out here in Vallejo.
When I walked, this is actually my first time back in here since we did the episode. And I walked in, I was like, oh, nostalgia. We met Kenny from Marin.
Shout out Kenny.
That was my first time having the honey butters. We had a little audio situation at the waterfront.
It's gonna be, that's a whole new ball, butters.
It was like a really nice day. Like it was a good episode. I love it.
This, like I said, this is the origin. This is where the foodie features really started. Thank you to Fry Amazing. Flavor is out of this world. If you ever are driving past or driving down Tennessee, stop right here and get some of their wings for sure. This is where it's gonna be at. All right. Top. What's it? Number 4?
Number 4.
Let's get into it.
See y'all later. And come in at number 4, we are here at Bambino's, where we walked in and we were in for a pleasant surprise. We did not know this place was gonna look like this inside, and they had jambalaya fettuccine. Okay, so I got the fettuccine jambalaya. It has mussels, it has shrimps, it has shrimps, it has shrimp, scallops, a little Parmesan cheese that looks like parsley, and some pasta. Had great customer service and great variety. So shout out to Bambino's, and they have live music on Fridays and Saturdays from 6 to 9. So pull up, get your open mic on. Yeah, let's go. Top 3. Let's get into it. We'll see.
And coming in at number 3, we are here at Provisions. Oh my goodness, Provisions was such a great episode. We had hibiscus lemonade mimosas that were purple and got me turned off my backside, which was amazing. But amazing atmosphere inside. They have a tap room, a whole nice selection of craft beers. They have like a baby deli in there, like cheeses,
and they have like
boards, everything.
They have like locally like grown. They have locally grown like cheese and wines and stuff that you can get, and it's all labeled and packaged and says Vallejo. So a lot of people in the community actually say that they come down here and get their groceries. It's just like little small groceries.
Everything.
They started off with a little chicken sandwich and a dream. Started the catering business.
Now they got a rotating
menu.
menu.
A whole brick and mortar. So shout out to V-Town Provisions. Thank you guys so much. This was actually a fan favorite as well. So we put a lot of people onto this. So tell them who sent you next time.
Come on. Well, without further ado, now we get into that top 2. All right, let's get it.
And coming in at number 2 is the beautiful Maya's Thai House. We got this on our list because of the variety, because they were so friendly. They actually let us sit down, and of just the quality of the food.
Service was on point. Like Bri just said, they let us dine in during the pandemic. They threw us some free little pork belly and some Chinese.
Oh my
God! What in the world? This is amazing.
And we have one dish for you for complimentary is Chinese broccoli with pork belly stir fry.
Oh my God! Yeah.
We do it for you.
Thank you so much. Oh my God. That's amazing. Oh, I gotta get out.
Yeah, we call Kana Mu Grob or Chinese broccoli with pork belly.
Oh my goodness, the pork belly.
Bok choy with
pork belly.
It's Chinese broccoli, not bok choy.
Oh, thank you. hella good.
It was Chinese broccoli.
Chinese broccoli,
with
correct.
pork belly.
Top 5, well-rounded, all-around service. Come get everything you need from here. So come on.
And it's a Vallejo favorite. Anytime you bring up Thai food in Vallejo, somebody is like, "Oh, did you go to my Thai house?" Like, yes, this is the place to come to. Like, it's beautiful in here.
Yes,
Look at
so,
us.
come on.
Shining,
And
gleaming.
then, come on. We got to wrap it up with number 1 next.
All right, we out of here.
Let's go. Oh, yeah, number 1, baby. This is number 1. It is the one, the only Good Day Cafe. Honestly, we just felt if you come to Vallejo, you have to come here. Like, that's honestly kind of the big synopsis. Great service. Shout out Miss Rose.
Shout out Miss Rose. She's
amazing.
been here since '99.
Since the 99 2000s, like real talk.
Come on, let him know. It's all right. We'll let him know.
No, one day I just started 1999.
Huh.
Came in, I was walking, trying to look for. No, we was going to the grocery store, seen the sign.
Uh-huh.
So I turned to my husband and said, "That's in the advertisement." He said, "I know. I seen it in the ad." He said, "Well, go over there." I said, "No, but I got on jeans." Went in, got the application.
Huh.
She said she liked my smile. Called me the next day.
Come on.
Oh, she's actually been here since their other location over on Tennessee by Jack in the Box, and then they burnt down. And the establishment, they actually raised money, and then they came over here. So it's a great place.
Been
it's
a
so
staple
cozy
ever
in
since.
Here. You can see everybody from little kids, families, police officers, everybody be up in here. So
If you from the V, you've been here at least one time in your life, whether you don't remember as a kid or when you go as an old head. So it's amazing.
what was your favorite part about it?
I ain't gonna lie. I think I had the waffle when I was here.
You had the waffle with bacon in it.
But that bacon fried rice that you got, I double back for that probably 3 times in the next 3 weeks. Like, it was that amazing.
Yeah.
Bacon fried rice, top tier. But the people make the establishment as well. And this is everything. This is kind of a little snapshot, a little piece of Vallejo on a plate. So it's just great.
And it's right on a main street, Georgia Street. Got the waterfront. You come down the farmer's market, is right on this street. Shout out to our farmer's market episode.
For real.
Bambino's right across the street. Provisions right around the corner.
Come
Momo's
on.
is a block up.
Legit.
Like,
So
we
many
covered
gems.
it all, right?
Gems.
So once again, thank you so much, Good Day Cafe, and thank you guys so much for sticking around and watching. And stay tuned for season 3. We have so much more, so many more
top 5,
and we got to do a top 5 overall. But thank you so much to Fire Academy for having us and sponsoring this episode.
Yes.
And any lasting things?
Man, shout out Richie for holding us down season 2, holding us down.
Right.
Man, he been doing his thing on the cameraman. Man, gotta show him some love. Man, appreciate y'all. Appreciate the top 5. Hey. But yes, this has been our top 5 review from season 1 and 2. Go check them all out. Tell them who sent y'all as well.
Please tell them who sent y'all. Y'all keep
know.
telling us that, oh, we went there, but tell them.
Tell
so
them
we
that.
can, like, you know,
we could build this
cultivate
community.
something,
Yes.
you know, that it's working. So, all right, well.
Shit, we outie.
We out. Woo, woo, woo.
Thank you again to Bri and Dylan for coming on the show. We appreciate you very, very much. We hope you join us again on the show.
Thank you for watching the newest episode of our show. We hope you enjoy. If you want to see more of our content, head over to our YouTube, Firefighter Youth Academy by SFARY. But that's all we have for today. I'll see you next time.